big was Patrick's appearance tonight? How pleased were you with what he gave you to bridge the gap there?
He changed the momentum of the game. Got to the strike zone. I mean, the first inning that he came in, bases loaded. I mean, getting that lead hitter was probably everything inside of the game. If he doesn't get that hitter, I think the game changes quick. But he just kind of neutralized it, kept him off base for the most part. Played pretty good defense behind him, but he did a lot of the work himself. So really good game. Really picked up our team.
The way they burn through arms, they can make you throw a bunch of pitches in a hurry. Was there any thought of leaving Patrick in just for concern of maybe, if things went sideways on Nick, you don't have him available for maybe a game 3 or something like that?
Probably a thought. If we expanded the lead, then that might have been the case. If they thought at that point right there, the gut was just to go with Nick. He's been in that situation before. Pat was 80-something, so it felt like he did his job.
What was off for Carter Holton tonight?
He just couldn't get to the strike zone enough. There's some close pitches, but they weren't strikes. They did a good job of staying in the batter's box. It was frustrating for him. I know it was, just because it felt like whether it was a bunt base hit or whether it was a hit by pitch or whether it was a walk, it just was a lot of traffic. And even the first 2 innings I thought were tough innings for him. I didn't think anything was coming easy. It felt that way. I mean, that game was very, very slow first 4 innings. So we just, 100 pitches in 3 and I guess 2/3. We just needed to get him out of there just because he was working really hard to get through those innings.
Think it was like a mechanical issue or a...
No, he might have been sped up a couple of times in pitching with a quicker rhythm, but he's trying. And maybe you get in that situation and sometimes you try too hard and the game just doesn't come to you. And I think that was the case.
When they all stand on top of the plate the way they do, that's particularly got to be a challenge, I would presume.
Yeah, you stand on top of the plate, but they don't move. I think that's you give them credit because they're willing to do that. But at the same time, if you're going to pitch inside, you got to pitch inside enough to where you're not going to hit them. I thought, Pat did a good job of doing that. I thought he handled himself well.
They bunt, they run, they do a lot of things that can really break a game open if something goes wrong when you're in. How pleased with the way you defended it?
Yeah, we had to handle the ball against them. And we were fortunate because they left some guys on base. We did too. But they throw a lot at you. They've busted games wide open all year on people just because of that. And whether it's the pressure or the tension of the situation, a lot of times it can send a pitcher sideways. So you need a presence out there that can handle that situation, handle the running game because they're moving at second base. They're moving their feet. They just do a good job of applying pressure to the defense.
The bomb, the walk out of RJ, how important were those 2 at bats?
Critical just to turn the game. The 1 run after the 3-run inning was important, but we had an opportunity maybe to expand. We didn't, so they pitched out of it. But that home run was extremely important.
What was that with the umpires after RJ's home run?
Well, it was just a warning, just a bench warning, just in terms of where the bat went. He didn't flip the bat, he just carried it too far to first base, and he just got to do a better job there.
Did that game get a little chippy? Because there were a lot of consultations with coaches throughout the night. It seemed more than
I don't think it should be between the players. I just think there were a lot of questions asked among the umpires more than anything else.
Seemed like runs were hard to come by all night. What did you make of the overall approach offensively?
It's okay. Got to be more aggressive early in the count. Got to get the ball going. Get it going forward. Too many times we found ourselves, with 2 strikes and guys on base rather than putting the ball in play earlier than what we did. It's just okay. Not good enough.
Any idea how long Hunter can go tomorrow?
I don't know. I think we'll just I think a lot of it just depends on the stress of the pitches and what that looks like. But he's equipped. I mean, we were going to use him last week. We just couldn't find a window to use him. So his arm feels good, and he's thrown a lot over the last 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to watching him out there again. I'm sure he's looking forward to pitching.
Yeah, it looks, like James Franklin's out there in the dugout. Did he speak with you guys or with the team at all?
He came right from the draft. So he got here about 4 o'clock. We had already taken the field, but I knew he was coming. He wanted to stay a couple days, so it's good to see him again.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah.
Thank you guys.